This is our first European headlining tour. Tour time with seven people that you consider your close friends, is sort of a stimulus overload. And it forces you into sort of a dog year lifestyle. Every year is 7 years kind of thing. And hopefully we don't crash and burn too quickly before we can even finish what it is we want to say. The name was something I was learning about in university, which was the Most Serene Republic of Venice. It referred to a time when, well, just music was more important, and art in general was more important. Sort of the secondary focus was math and science and all that sort of thing, but it was more of a focus on art in general, because their idea was that if they got better at math and music and all this sort of thing, that they could give more glory to God, right? Now, we're not into the God thing at all, but glory to mankind is a pretty big deal for us. So we wanted to make reference to a time in which people really focused on their art and their craft to try to make something better for a real cause. Because if you're in Cologne and you see that big cathedral in Cologne, it took 300 years to build, you couldn't get them to do that for money. You need God, or you need something that's bigger to get people to spend their entire lives working on this project and die for this enormous, almost grotesque kind of piece of architecture. And that takes a real focus and a real dedication, and not a sacrifice, but a full want and longing to create something that's much larger than you are. And I think that's what this band is for us. You know, it's not a cathedral that's taking 300 years to build, but it is. It's something that we've dedicated our current existence to. I find it difficult to place the music. I feel like there's some very obvious influences, but they generally differ from those that everyone else thinks. A lot of people are very sure as to how we sound, whereas I'm not as sure. But I guess that's every band's ego talking. There's just a lot of great stuff that we feel like we need to tap into. The last record specifically needed a frantic nature. It needed to feel crowded, because we were talking about the G8, the world that we have grown up in and lived in, and its social, economical, political, philosophical, the ramifications of everything that we've done over the last 20 years that we've been alive, well, 25 years that we've been alive, and everything we've seen, including the digital age, the revolution of the internet, all these sort of things, the degradation of proper human interaction, social causes, all that sort of thing, and how they've accelerated into almost an infinite mass and a critical mass. And to try to capture those ideas musically in an abstract sense has been very difficult. But if you go back to people like Rachmaninoff and Schoenberg and Shostakovich and Prokofiev, those guys all knew how to create mood and intensity, and I don't think it's really something that you can get from a lot of modern music. So it's necessary to go back and search through history for arguably the most talented and most genius musicians of all time. Love is too primary, it's too upfront, and we're way more subversive, I think. There's more to talk about, and it's been talked about ad nauseum. Love is so subjective. We wanted to try to grab something that was more objective, a social commentary that wasn't based in angst, but more in a historical point of view. The differences from the 50s to now, the differences between the 1900s and now, I feel are more important than what I would find a very subjective, small issue like personal love. It's not really a topic we really get into unless we're upset about it. And that's generally what our music is. It's something that we're upset about. And we try to get it across in the most hopeful way we can. I'm objective enough to know that I'm in the pond fire, my blood is boiling. But I, for one, hope it doesn't settle down too soon, or else I'm going to start writing acoustic love songs, and I'm not really into that, so.